Eduardo came over in 1886, and he came over at the request of Pietro Rossi. And Pietro Rossi was the founder of Italian Swiss Colony.
The folks that ran Italian Swiss Colony had come from Italy. You know, they'd been growing grapes and making wine in Italy, so they brought their expertise to America, and that's why Italian Swiss Colony was so successful.
Eduardo was going to go back home and marry his childhood sweetheart.
And Mr. Vasconi said, "Hey, what do you want to go over there? Well, sta qui, c'è un bell'uomo qui."
I have two beautiful nieces coming over in a couple of months. Marry one of my nieces, and by the way, I'll sell you some land at a reasonable price.
And that's how the Seghesio family really started.
Eduardo and Angela bought the home ranch in 1893. They planted the vineyard in 1895. They completed the winery in 1902. And they built the family home in 1908. Prohibition was a very difficult period. From 1918 until its repeal, roughly 15 years. Imagine not having a sellable product. But my grandparents kept making wine under the belief that it would be repealed. Eduardo died during Prohibition. After the repeal of Prohibition in 1938 is when the first expansion of the winery was done. The family was producing and processing about 20% of the grapes from the local community. And in 1 year, we lost it all. And so that was really the impetus for us to start our own label.
I'll never forget 1983, April 9th, 1983, we bottled our first commercial wine with a label on it, Marion's Reserve, 1975 vintage. That first wine had spent 8 years in a redwood tank waiting for this event, but we didn't care. They could have spent 20 years in a redwood tank, we still didn't care. We were pretty proud. And then in 1995, we became Great American Insurance Company's first winery client. And sure enough, about a year later, we had a horrific fire at the winery. And the premiums we got from our insurance company helped propel us about a century forward, and all of a sudden we had a tasting room.
It led to a complete redevelopment of the barrel cellar, so insulation on the shell of the building and the roof of the ceiling, and then the addition of the tasting room on our western portion of this building. So really changed our business model for the good. I look back on where we've come from, and I think the Seghesio story is a great American success story. Seghesio is an Italian family brand growing California's adopted grape Zinfandel with Italian varietals. It's true to our heart, it's in our blood, and our area, Dry Creek, Alexander Valley, is the most famous area for Zinfandel. And so that's what we made, and it worked.